Welcome to Heal Talk Tuesdays with Liza, where transformation begins as we evoke, embrace, and evolve. Greetings, and welcome to Heal Talk Tuesday. This is Liza. It's so good to be here with you, isn't it? I am so delighted to be here with you. It's because today we're going to have a talk. It's going to be informative, invigorating, inspiring. So I titled it, How Do You Respond to the Unexpected? Okay, I got a message a few days ago. It says, "Hi Lisa John, do you have any talks regarding how to deal with potential loss of a family member? My mom has been in the hospital for the last week, and today they're going to move her to a nursing home. Now, even though she's quite old and has lived a long life, longer than most people, it still hurts." And I responded and I said, you know what? I will make today's talk specifically for you because, my dearest, each and every one of us goes through this, especially us sandwich folks who are parents. We're taking care of our parents. We have children. I don't, but those of you who do, and grandchildren. So how do we respond to the unexpected? Life happens. This is part of life. And whether it's an illness, a loss, accident, even something as simple as an unexpected wave soaking you to the bone. This is exactly what happened to me this weekend at a gathering that we went to, a all-day event. If you were with us, what an amazing day. Thank you so much, Mary. But standing at the ocean, in front of the ocean on the sand, I wanted to take pictures, so I went as close as to the water. I was right there, and the wave was the calmest wave, right? I turned around, and one wave came and hit me at the butt. It's just like, whoof, all the way, splashed my pants and underpants and everything from my back. It was wet as can be. What do I do at that very moment? I laughed. It was the funniest thing. It was humor. It was unexpected. It was my outburst that came out as laughter, and everyone is looking at me to see how I respond. Now, I could have been pissed. I could have been angry because I didn't have extra clothes with me. So, and it was cold at the beach in Oxnard. It was cold. So it's how we respond to life and how you respond to life. So in moments like this, what do we do? What do you do? Your response shapes who you are. And it also shapes your life. It shapes your experiences and the energy not only within yourself, but everyone that surrounds you. Not only your mom, your children, your family members. So there is always a cause and effect, right? Everything. So many people say, I'm afraid of change, and yet change is constant. You go from one designated area to another. You walk from one to another. The air changes, the breeze changes, the wave changes. Those are all parts of life. So it all depends how you respond to it. That can uplift you or bring you down. So here's how I can say coping with some of the unexpected things. First and foremost, when something like that happens, it's evoking a response. It's evoking something from the inside. Now, my response to some unexpected things, at times of hardship, at times of panic, I choose not to go into panic. I go more into becoming like a caretaker, and I respond according to. Everyone is different. So first and foremost, breathe, because you must breathe before you can help someone else, right? So some people hold their breath and they go into this. Instead of that, is breathe so that you can relax in order for your brain to get some of that oxygen so that you can think what to do in case of emergency, okay? If you panic, you're going into that whirlwind. If you pause for a moment and breathe, and then you center yourself in order to deal with the situation. Second, reframe the situation. Instead of thinking, why is this happening to me? It's like, what's this? What can I learn? And how I turned it around was, if there was something that was going to slap me from behind, or words, jealousy, envy, anything, or if there was something that I really needed to wash and put it behind me, the wave came and cleansed it. It already came and washed it away. Because just a few moments before that, in our guided visualization, I was asking them to imagine being in the shower and the water coming, because water is the most cleansing thing that there is, to come and cleanse and wash away, and all the things that they no longer want, just to wash away and go down the drain. So literally, I took it exactly with that, and I was laughing. It's like, oh, I didn't need to take a shower. The water from the ocean came and took care of it. So find the humor if you can. Sometimes we can't find the humor in that moment, but that's what comedy is. We find humor through the most tragic things that happen in our life. I find humor, and I made my mom laugh just a day before Friday. I'm at work. Mom had an accident that was, I'm not going to say what it was, but it was a devastating accident. She got hurt and everything, so she called me crying. My heart sank. And I left everything. I was in a meeting. I dropped everything and drove home to take care of Mom. And because of what had happened, I knew it's not something that it's going to be taken care of by a bandage. It needed to be taken care of by being tended to by a doctor. So at that moment when my mom is in panic, and of course being her daughter, I cannot hypnotize her at that moment because she's still in that motion. And anyhow, it's harder to take care of a family member when they're feeling that. So what happened? What I did is I calmed her down just for a moment to put the ice on top of her hand, and it was a very bad wound, and we sat in the car. Before we sit in the car, I'm like, okay, we're gonna go, I'm taking you to urgent care, right? And at that moment, Mom says, let me get the comb. I have to comb my hair. Where's my lipstick? You know, this is my mom. I love her dearly. She's Mrs. Class, what I call. In time of panic and something like that, I started laughing, and I'm like, are you kidding me? This is the time that you're thinking about your hair and a lipstick. And she started laughing. That one moment of laughter broke the ice from crying to laughing. So do you understand what happens? What we call it is shift. Shift of energy, shift of perception, shift at that very second. The moment you shift from panic and anxiety and stress and fear factor to a humor or something lighter, that change of energy changes energy within yourself. Okay? So what we did is find the humor and then embrace the flexibility. embrace that very moment and letting go of the control of I can't, I'm crying. It's like, okay, help has arrived. I let you help me. Okay? So for you, at any given moment, the first responders, when they come, is say, you're going to be okay, help is on his way, or I am here, I'll take care of you. Automatically, your conscious that is already in the level of panic hits to that, goes down to the breathing. They start breathing. You start breathing. Okay? And you ground yourself. Connect with your senses. While this is happening, I'm telling my mom, wiggle your toes, wiggle your toes, wiggle your toes. And she's like, it's not my toe. I know. But shift of perception, shift of energy. She's thinking here, here, here. But when I shift her into wiggle your toes, I'm taking the shift from her hand to her toes and making sure everything is responding, everything is intact. And it's a shift of perception. Why am I doing? So it's called the confusional technique, what we do as a hypnotherapists. So I've been practicing for 24 years. For me, this comes very easy, and I can teach you this. And for you to understand, those are the tips. We breathe, we pause, we breathe. And then we reframe the situation. We find the humor if you can. Laughter is the most powerful thing that you can do. Then you embrace the flexibility. Whatever is happening at that moment, let go of the control and trust. The next thing is grounding yourself, right? So here's another one. Because when you do these steps, guess what happens? Not only you shifted that perception, you choose a better response. A better response to that cause and effect. So, my dear, the person who sent me that message, as we get older, we must expect our elders and the way we take care of them, they become more fragile, more childlike. So be present. Your presence and being with them is the greatest gift you can give. Becoming more compassionate with them. And for them to know, I am here for you. The same way as I am here for you. Every parent wants to know that they can rely on their children. It's not about the suffocating, demanding expectations, right? It's about knowing you're there for me. Let go of perfection. You can't be perfect. You can't be everywhere. You can't be hovering over them. You cannot be a helicopter. The same way as when we are teenagers, we say, stop controlling me. It's like a helicopter. You're watching every move and everything, the same way as our parents don't want that from us. And yet they want to know that in case there is a call, in case they call, because they don't want to interrupt your life. They don't want to be a nuisance. They just want to know that you are there for them. So love loudly. That's what I say. Love loudly. Speak your words of love, gratitude, being grateful. One of the things that I do with my mom when we have breakfast, we talk about my day. We talk about what's to happen. It's just being in the loop, not necessarily needing to know everything, right? So, yeah, let go of the perfectionism. Breathe through the pain, which is knowing that there is no right, there is no wrong in handling issues. I'm grateful to be able to get up and leave and I was there to tend to her, because if I wasn't, I would be calling 911 to get there. It's knowing how to respond instead of going into a panic. Because, what do I say? It's celebrating their life, of who they are. Like when I get home at night, having a conversation, how was your day? What was your day? Even though their days might be more mundane than your day, still, it's like, I want to know how you are. I want to know how you feel. And just give your attention to them just for a few moments. And if they are in a home, if they're in the hospital, tending to them, being with them, it doesn't mean that you have to dote over them all the time. It also is a cultural thing. And in our culture, we tend to our parents in a whole different way, because I guess there is that expectation as well. So here's one thing I can say. You are stronger than you think you are. Believe me. I've seen so many people go through hardcore stuff. And it's like, just when we think we can't, we still do. And I know you too can. So they will always be with you. Being here, or when they leave their earthly body and they join God there in the heaven. And I still talk to my dad. Sometimes I talk to one of my clients that I loved dearly more. I remember her, my grandma, because I take them and have them as part of me. They are not here physically, but I still have conversations. Sometimes I ask, and I'm like, do you understand what I'm going through? It's just literally talking to them, because they're always in your heart. It's the soul, it's the spirit that truly matters. So I hope you realize that if you need support, you are not alone. You must have friends, family members, and by all means, reach out to me. I'm always here for you. I offer 15-minute consultation, so you can always book a consultation. Just go to ihealwithin.com, ihealwithin.com, or just lizaboubari.com. You know, you can DM me, message me, and I welcome the conversations that we have, because this is what my Heal Talk Tuesdays are all about. It's not always about inspiration. Sometimes it's information, and knowing that I do listen and I am here for you. And if I don't have the information, by all means, I will find the information, the contacts, and what I can do to help you. Again, this is Liza, your expert hypnotherapist, specializing in women and girls and our wellness and family. So I hope this message was beneficial to you. By all means, please go to my YouTube, Liza Boubari, subscribe, and help me grow, because by growing, I can impact more. And I've got an amazing message and everything that I want to share with you next week, by maybe even Friday, okay? You'll be seeing so much information, and I just left all this to the end because if you are still with me, just say the word, I got it. Got it. And just like Nike, you got it. Okay? Just do. Actually, Nike is just do it. I hope they don't. All I want to do is make sure that you are taken care of. So until next week, I bless you and ask for God's blessing to protect you as much as the universal light surround you always. Bye-bye. No questions. Okay. Bye-bye. And if you like this, share it, subscribe, and go to YouTube, and you'll see the rest of all my podcasts.